How is everybody? Hope everything is well. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Make sure everybody, can you hear me? I think I always get this sound down. Okay. Testing out a new mic. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Check, 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 check. Nerd, nerd, nerd. Ruby, 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 Ruby. All right, guys. I know there's latency here, so I'm gonna see, make sure everybody can hear me. Ruby, 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 Ruby. Can you hear me? Say you can hear me down below in the chat. Let me turn down this music, I think. Yeah. Good, good, good. All right, cool. So, welcome to the stream. Good, good, good. Welcome, guys. Hey, Kid Poodle, how are ya? I'm going to answer the Q&A. I will do it in a few minutes. Let me just get to the subject at hand so we don't put everybody to sleep. If you like the stream, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know about the sound. Audio is fine. Okay, good, good, good. This is a classic mic everybody uses. It's a pretty cool mic, actually. I have a lot of mics, as you know, and it's my addiction. It's mics. Yeah. Ruby, test, Ruby, don't code in Ruby, don't code in Ruby. All right, okay, we're good. Let me pull up the piece. So it's actually an article I found on Quora. I'm going to read it, and it was like going down memory lane because he's talking about the whole development of JavaScript and so forth. So let's just jump it. Yeah, look below, links below, join the Discord, and good times there. I'll turn this down all the way. Okay. All right, let's just switch over to the desktop. We're going to go through this piece, and I'll comment along the way. So something I found on Quora, and it's such an interesting article. For me, it was kind of like memory lane for me because it's going through old memories. So let's just get into it. Why is JavaScript the only client-side language available? JavaScript isn't and was never the only client-side language. Client-side language. Well, technically, yes, but in reality, it's the only one. At most, for a certain period of time, JavaScript was the only programming language with built-in support in all major browsers. Given the popularity of the web, that made JavaScript very successful. So this is very cool. JavaScript was created back in 1995 by Brendan Eek, I can't say his name, who was recruited by Netscape specifically in order to embed a programming language into its eponymous browser. Eponymous means it's the source of all browsers. Netscape was kind of the mother of all browsers back in the day. The reason for this was the realization by Netscape management that in order to successfully compete with Microsoft, they had to transform a browser from a document displaying tool into an applicative platform. Let me comment on that very quickly because it impacts CSS. So you know CSS, before CSS Grid and Flexbox, CSS is a real pain in terms of page layout. Why? Because you see it right in there. It's the legacy of Netscape and other browser manufacturers where they saw the web, and HTML was designed not as an interface building language or tool. It was designed as to mark up documents, literally like scientific papers and so forth. That was the original idea. And later on in the 90s, it became an application tool in terms of building software. Of course, Microsoft fought against that for a while. So anyway, so CSS and its legacy, you see, it's kind of, that's why it was such a pain to work with CSS traditionally in terms of layout, in terms of UI creation, because it wasn't really conceived of that in that way initially. Anyway, let's get back to it. The original intent was to embed the schema programming language, but before Brendan could start, Netscape began collaboration with Sun to integrate the Java programming language into the browser. However, Java was seen as a hardcore programming language intended for real programmers. Consequently, Brendan, the creator of Netscape, the creator of JavaScript, was now tasked with creating a simpler scripting language which could be used by web designers to automate browser components using Java, including Java applets. And it was decided that this simple scripting language should have a syntax similar to Java. Brendan was able to design and implement such a language in 10 days. Thus, JavaScript was born. Let me describe Java applets. Now, Java applets, where basically you would write your Java code and there was a specific part of Java which allowed you to create applets. It's probably all deprecated now. And it allows you basically to install Java that would run inside of a browser. So somebody would visit your website, and then you say, hey, you want to load up my Java program, my applet. It was so you would download the applet code, which took forever because you're on a very slow internet at that time, and you waited, and the Java applet would install inside the browser, kind of like a Flash plugin, but it was always heavy. It was always a pain to implement. And so Java applets made a little bit of and never really took off, never went very well. I think they reached their peak of popularity in 95 or 96. And then Flash came in later on. I forget when Flash came in, 98, 99, and took over. But anyway, a Java applet is just a kind of a mini Java application that was embedded in the browser. They tried to make that work for a while. As you can see, even in the beginning, JavaScript was alone, but rather existing side by side with Java inside the browser. Moreover, Netscape management instructed Brendan to intentionally limit JavaScript's capabilities so that it remained simple and wouldn't compete with Java. For example, he was not allowed to implement classes in JavaScript, which they fixed in ES6 much later on in 2015. But instead of creating a crippled language, Brendan actually did an end run around these dictates, for example, by implementing prototypo inheritance in JavaScript. I talked about that in the past. JavaScript prior to ES6 is a prototypical language. Anyway, arguably more flexible inheritance mechanism than classes. Of course, we all know you don't use inheritance if you can avoid it. This is also why Java lacked module system for a long time. JavaScript quickly became very popular, especially because Java, while also running inside a browser, had very limited access to HTML. Instead, Java got its own screen real estate where it had to render everything itself like a plugin. And so when Microsoft introduced Internet Explorer 3, it included its own JavaScript implementation. It was called JScript, reverse engineering Netscape's JavaScript. But in addition to JScript, Microsoft provided another scripting language in the browsers, Vbscript. Vbscript was based on Microsoft's Visual Basic language and had the same access to HTML as JavaScript. So now you actually had 3 languages in the browser. You had Vbscript, JScript, JavaScript technically, and of course maybe you could argue Java, although Java worked inside of its own container. For a while, it even looked like Vbscript might beat out JavaScript. I don't know about that. I remember those days. I'll get to that super chat afterwards. Thanks for the super chat. You could use it, with regards to Vbscript, you could use it for both client-side and server-side development in Microsoft then popular ASP. I've done a lot of work in ASP. It was very revolutionary at the time. Another Visual Basic derivative, VBA, Visual Basic for Application, was introduced into Microsoft Office. A lot of huge banks, for instance, will run multi-billion-dollar operations with Vbscript, Okay, let's see. Jump to Ricky. Thanks, Ricky. I appreciate the coffee. Cheers. Hey, Stefan, your videos have helped me throughout my career, front end to full stack, 5 years experience. Hey, very cool. Congratulations, dude. I'm glad I could help. Good work. Okay, let me jump back to the article. I don't know. Give me a thumbs up if you like this article. It's kind of cool. I find it kind of cool. For me, it's like going back through memory lane. All right, let's jump into it. Vbscript in Ie3 and later Ie4 was actually more powerful initially than JavaScript. For example, error handling, Yeah, it's true. It had error handling, which JavaScript did not have at the time. No exception handling yet. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Let me scroll down. But JavaScript had great advantage that it worked inside both IE and Netscape. But Vbscript was only supported in IE. Also, JavaScript C and C++ style syntax was more attractive to many developers than basic style syntax, which was VB. Unfortunately, Microsoft and Netscape were locked in a browser war that I remember, my friends. It was pretty rough, and wouldn't cooperate on proper standardization for JavaScript and for the HTML DOM. This almost killed the web and JavaScript along with it. Luckily for JavaScript, several things happened. Due to a lawsuit by Sun in 2001, Microsoft dropped Java support in Windows, effectively killing client-side JavaScript for years to come, including inside the browser. JavaScript standardization work began in ECMA International, which led Macrometer, later acquired by Adobe, to use it as the basis of their ActionScript language in Flash. Microsoft introduced XML HTTP request hack back in '99. This is the key to Ajax, by the way. You got to thank Microsoft. This makes Ajax, Google Maps, and all this kind of thing possible. This is it. Microsoft invented that. The term Ajax on it was coined in '05. This made it possible to use JavaScript and the browser DOM to create powerful single-page applications. ActiveX mechanism, which Microsoft was promoting as a means for browser-side development, died due to continuing security concerns and lack of cross-platform support. All right. The introduction of mobile devices, starting with iPhone in 2007 and the end of the Windows client-side monopoly, prompted developers to seek out cross-platform solutions, and JavaScript in the browser was the best option by far. Steve's famous letter written in 2010 titled Thoughts on Flash is a major milestone in that regard. Yeah. HTML5 and CSS3 ECMA Script 6 transformed the browser and JavaScript into a powerful platform for front-end development, especially when coupled with highly capable development tools built into modern browsers and with new generation of front-end frameworks such as Angular and React and Vue, I might add. As a result, JavaScript became popular choice for front-end development. In 2007, this led to Jeff Atwood to coin this law. Any application that can be written in JavaScript will eventually be written in JavaScript. Anyway, but while it was the leading option, JavaScript wasn't the only option. You had languages like CoffeeScript, introduced in 2009, ClojureScript, introduced in 2011, and others. But debugging these languages in the browser was challenging, and JavaScript was considered to be good enough by the vast majorities of web developers. I want to comment on that. One of the things I talk about is the good enough principle. As I say many times, you may find certain languages, you may think, and it may be the case where certain languages are better than what's used in industry as a standard. But what you have to always consider is standardized implementation. If the new technology, the new language isn't really much better, then you're not going to you probably won't see the established language displaced, because people are loath to change technologies. They don't like changing stacks. So yeah, that's something that we see here. Let me get back to it. We're almost done here. Then in 2013, ASM.js was introduced as a means for compiling languages such as C, C++ into JavaScript so that they could run in a browser. And starting in Firefox 22, ASM.js optimizations were introduced so that such code could run at speeds approaching native execution. This is pretty cool. This ultimately led to the creation of WebAssembly, WASM, which is a binary compilation target supported by all modern browsers. There are still some limitations on WebAssembly, such as a lack of direct DOM access, which requires the inclusion of at least a bit of JavaScript code. But frameworks are already appearing which work around this limitation, such as U for Rust. And let's not forget that even while all this browser-based development was taking place, native client-side programming never went anywhere. Microsoft kept introducing technologies such as .NET, C#, WinForms, WPF, and finally Universal Windows Platform apps. And as Windows client-side development began to wane, mobile native development rose to take its place, as is amply seen in the great success of Apple Store and Google Play Store. Modern mobile apps are written in a variety of programming languages, including Objective-C, Swift, C++, and now Kotlin. Even Java has made a comeback on the client side, especially for Android. That's going to be replaced, I think, with Kotlin over time. Interestingly, JavaScript has also become popular for native mobile development thanks to technologies such as PhoneGap and React Native. There are several reasons for this, such as the widespread availability of JavaScript developers and the fact that in many cases, versions of the same app need to be developed both as native and as browser-based. Being able to reuse at least some of the code is very beneficial. As you can see, JavaScript is not the only client-side programming language. All right, so that was a very interesting article. I don't usually read the whole thing, but I thought it was worthy of reading. So, let me know if you like this type of stuff. If you like me going over, finding interesting articles, going over them and commenting on them, do give me a thumbs up. If you hate my long hair, give me 2 thumbs down. That's the situation. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to read some questions. Okay, I got another super chat. So super chats, I have to respond to them because it's just right. I did. Well, I appreciate it. All right. There are only 2 kinds of languages, the ones people complain about and the ones nobody uses. Yeah, that's I think that's pretty accurate, actually. Thanks for the super chat. That's 2 coffees on you guys. You guys are generous. Fantastic. Let's go up. We'll see what we got going here. Say, hey, how are you? All right, JC, familiar face or some stuff. You're up late, dude. Thanks for joining the stream. Kid Poodle from Russia. Cheers. If you're new to this channel, this is the official channel salute. If you can do this instantly like that shows true nerd skills. So, anyway. JavaScript is the only client-side language because Internet Explorer can't run it properly and everyone wanted it dead. Some guy at Google. Hey, Satara, Satara says, hope you're having a good day. I am. I hope everything is good with you. Thanks for joining the stream. I hope everything is good on Discord. By the way, check out the Discord below. There's a link below. We have a Discord group. It's growing pretty fast. I think we hit 800 people. I don't know how many people we have. I'm checking right now. How many people on this server? Server setting. It's like a week and a half old now. We have almost 900 people, 887 people in a week and a half. So here it is. Check it out. We got a good group of people. It's growing too. And as I learn how to use Discord, because I've been using Discord for about a week and a half, we'll have more. So Stelio joined. Thanks for joining. It's cool. Here's Sateta, some usual faces, development talk. So yeah, we got a lot of action going on. So I invite you to join. I invite you to join Discord. Yeah, so you can chat with everybody when I'm not streaming. Let's continue. Hey, Matthew Aria, 1, yay. Whoa. Steph, I will give you my license to Ableton for free. Ableton, I don't know. You lost me there, Nick. Sorry. That's really cool drums, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, I was working on the beats on my drum kit. I had an acoustic drum kit. You can find video of me playing. And then I recorded it. Then I went to iPad, but I was able to reproduce the beat almost exactly with just the iPad in GarageBand, which is pretty cool. They got drum kits. You can go and sample. Anyway, it's very retro SBs, nice style. I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, have fun with it. I haven't fully edited it. You see there's a weird rough clip at the end. I got to edit it. I got a few other tracks that I produced on the iPad. I wanted to do it because I figured if I'm going to do live streams, I'm going to do my own content. I should have my own music. So, and I like playing, so why not? Hey, Taz, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Ibrahim, how are you? What's up? Not too much. Hope everything's good with you. Thanks for joining. Oh, do you go to the drum circle that happens weekly in Montreal during the summer? I was actually, show you how old I was. I lived across the street from that park when it first started decades ago. I was there for the very first time. It was a drum school that they had a location just up the street. So they just decided one Sunday to start playing there. They started playing, and it built up, and it built up, and it built up, and it built up. So yeah, I've been there hundreds of times. I went to it a couple times when I was visiting Montreal. It's fun. Yeah. It was literally across the street, or like if you cross the park. I had a brownstone there. I was living there when I was going to university. And they started. Hi, Stefan. Hope you are well. I'm very good, Atticus. Thanks for joining. Let's see. I am forever grateful for your FU Money life lesson. It adds tremendous value. Thank you, Stef. Hey, JC. I'm glad I could help you. Yeah, if you want to know about the FU Money, it's a video. Just search on my channel. You'll find it there. I recorded it a few years back. It's such a important lesson in life. I learned that from the Toy Boys, I call them. Guys who owned a very successful toy company. I think they ended up selling it for like $50 million or something a long time ago. Long live Stefan the Lizard King. When's the 24-hour stream? Oof. I'm going to have to eat a few steaks to be able to do that, let me tell you. Kampala, Uganda. Hey, Nadondo, Michael. Welcome to the stream, dude. Thanks for staying up so late and watching. Hello, my name is Matthew from San Diego via St. Louis. I'm very much Saint Louis, that's how we would say it up in Quebec, by the way. I very much want to become a software developer, but been stuck trying to launch my first Python site for a week. I found the issue today. Well, at least you found the issue. That's cool, man. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hello, Steven. Hey, welcome. That's it. You got that. Cool. Hello. We can hear you. Good. Yes. Capable, yes. So I decided to get this mic because I'm addicted to buying new mics, but it's got pretty good sound and good sound rejection. And mics, if you're going to invest in audio video equipment, mics are amongst the best investments because especially classic mics like this one. I have the Neumann and there's some others, the RE, the actual voice mics. They don't lose value. They're still good. This camera in a few years will be garbage. You know, it costs a fortune now. But mics, great investment. I want to become a developer and go to California or Florida someday. Cool, man. Just keep working at it. You'll get there. Hey, Stefan from the UK. Can hear you just fine. Yes. Audio is fine. Sounds good. Yes. Good. I can hear you. You me. All right. Yes, we can hear you. Good. Audio's good. All right. It's all coming in. Classic mic. Ruby. Sounds fine. All right. Good. I'll skip that. Why is JavaScript the only client-side language? Well, we just got our answer. Yeah, strike the like button. How we do? 128 people, only 60 likes. That's very, very bad. Pathetic. Yeah. Join the Discord. Yeah, links below. Join the Discord, guys. We're almost at 900 members. Very fast Discord growth. It's only been a week and a few days, and we're already at nearly 900 people. We can hit 900 if you guys join. Don't code in Ruby. All right. What's the primary difference between software engineering bachelor and CS bachelor? I'm intending to enroll with software engineering, but includes machine learning with Java, which is difficult. You know, I would imagine it depends on the program. They're very similar. At the end of the day, I think with CS, you're going to be doing much more software, whereas when you go into engineering, you might get into more hardware, low-level theoretical stuff. At the end of the day, you probably end up with the same type of job once you graduate and go for a job, you know. Ruby over PHP. What is that what I heard? Okay, how do I ban this guy? Okay, just kidding. How about Ruby in a web browser? No. Awesome. JavaScript ES is asked for by almost every employer. Yeah, you got to know your ES6. Oh, if you know JavaScript, to learn the ES6 will take you like an hour, if that long. So you'll be fine. What's going on? I believe it is actually. Or it might be. Yes, it is. Yeah. Hello, Sir Mishchuk. Marcos, how are you, man? Python libraries are totally free. All of them or any of them can be charged. How to know before downloading and installing with pip via CMD? I think anything that you can download via pip is free. So I think you're fine. I've never heard of any modules in Python being charged. You might have, I don't know. I've never heard. Anyway, you won't be able to use it if you have to pay for it, right? Hey, Stef, I'm about done your JS course. Very cool. I'll be coming up with an update to that. I'm going to add some ES6 stuff, so you'll get it for free once it comes out eventually. That Java talk brought back some of the Minecraft memories. Yeah, when I was reading that article that I just read to, I just read it, I don't know, a little while ago, it brought back a lot of memories because I was like, I remember when all this was happening. I remember when the battle with Vbscript and stuff. I actually wrote an application for major pharmaceutical. It was either Avantis or Merck Frost. I forget who it was. And I used Vbscript in the web browser, and I built something called an HTA, hypertext application, which was an early iteration of creating a thick client with web technologies. So all you would do is you would name your pages instead of .html, you name .hta, and then the user would load up your document, your pages, and which were HTA pages at this point. It was just HTML pages, but it had a lot of Vbscript code. And when they gave it permission, you could access DCOM. This is of course on Windows via Vbscript in the web browser. So I built an application for Merck Frost. I still remember it because it was such a weird thing, where I was accessing the PowerPoint COM objects in Windows 98, I think it was. Yeah, it's Windows 98. And so the Avantis, their clients could build PowerPoint presentations with my software. Anyway, let's go on. React high demand, Minecraft, Java, Any advice on learning embedded programming? I'm not an embedded programmer, but I would just look at the market first. Always look at the market, see what's available, and then and then just try. It's probably going to be C, might be Python, I don't know, and then look around, see. Very important, see where the demand is, see what people are paying for. What's wrong with inheritance? Inheritance should be used very rarely. Only if you have your foundational base objects and that are immutable. And the problem with inheritance, though, is that basically it creates brittle code. You're much better off. The whole point of inheritance is to reuse code, right? But what the mechanism of inheritance creates brittle code because there's too much of a dependency on your base classes or on your parent classes when you create your subclass. So what you're better off doing is using composition. Composition over inheritance is far preferred. It's cleaner, you get code reuse, and you don't get that brittle code thing happening. Trust me, I've been in large projects and all hell can break loose with inheritance. You have to have very tight team controls when doing inheritance. It's brittle. I would not use it 90% of the time, unless, for example, you're inheriting off some core class in the Java. We'll say it's Java in the Java library, and you're doing just one generation. You don't want to do multiple inherit. You want to do you want to inherit off an inherited object. It's very dangerous. Use composition instead, and if you need to create a contract or a consistency across your application base, use interfaces for that. This is from real world experience, so that's what it is. So inheritance it's not inherently bad, but you should be only used very, 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 very in limited circumstances, in my opinion. Is it still prototypical inheritance as far as I know? Yes, classes are syntactic sure they don't change any of the core fundamentals of the language. That I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that. But I know that JavaScript ES6 does have proper class syntax now. And so, yeah. Hello from Halifax. Hey, wow, Frau Canucks. How you doing? I hope everything is good, Mark. Very good. A very good friend of mine is from Halifax. Rain is good for sleeping. Nice one, Ricky. Okay, let's go on. How are we doing? How are we doing for the questions? Hot coffee or milk in one coffee. But now COVID is like a plague, so not going out. I hope, Marcos, that COVID calms down. We're getting our shots here, so that's starting to clean up a little bit. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. It's good for the algorithms, you know. Google needs it. JavaScript will eventually be a runtime language in the future. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, JavaScript is so big. There's a point in a technology's life cycle. Some of them, like JavaScript, like Java, they get so big and so dominant, like SQL, but they'll probably never go away, at least not in our lifetimes. You know, there's just too much investment in it. Alex says, hey, Stefan, going to start a part-time boot camp on Monday. Would you balance it with a full-time job or work part-time instead? Interested to hear your thoughts. Thank you. Good question, Alex. It depends on how much work the boot camp is going to be for you. Try it out for a few days. See if you can do both. If you can't, then scale back to part-time. You know, I don't know the level of commitment required with the boot camp. How are we doing here? All right, let me do a little shameless self-promotion. Actually, it's going to be free stuff for you guys. So here we go. So first of all, I do have a mentoring program. It's my boot camp. You can check it out. Links below. You learn everything here. All this stuff. Hundreds of lessons. Over 1,000 quiz questions. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Job interview prep, resume building, first job, landing your first job. All my content is included in this. Private mentoring, videos, private consultations, private Zoom meetings. So there you go. Anyway, so here's something for free. It's the CODER'S Career Path webinar. And it's a 29-minute video. Sign up here. And you can watch the 29-minute video at your leisure. And it goes over the different languages, what type of jobs you get with a particular language versus another language. So, for example, you're going to learn about what kind of job would you be doing as a C++ coder, what kind of company you would work for versus a Python coder versus a JavaScript coder versus a PHP coder, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's all there. I'm doing newsletters because I do send out newsletters, not too often, once, twice a week, so you're not going to get flooded. You could always leave anytime. I just want to have a direct connection with you guys. So yeah, that's there for you. I also have Lizard Wizard Komodo, an email-based psychology and communications training course. It's based on my Lizard Wizard training. So you sign up and you start getting emails every couple of days. I've fallen behind. I've put out 5 or 6 lessons. I'm going to have a few more going live soon. So if you're signed up to Komodo, don't worry. Soon you're going to start getting more. And it's based on this course here, Lizard Wizard. This one, you have to buy me a few coffees. But this is my advanced psychology training as well. So you check it out. People really like this. If you want to learn how to code, you're looking to get a job, you want to improve your psychological control, your emotional control, this course is the first one you should take. In fact, I recommend everybody learning how to code, learning software development, take my Lizard Wizard course. It's going to transform a lot about how you view the world. It's going to make things a lot easier for you. So there you go. There you go. If you're new to the channel, my name is Stef. I'm the 169-year-old nerd, and one of the things I'm famous for is the best hand blurriness in the game. That's incredible hand blurriness. Years of training. Years of training. This is the official salute, by the way. All right. You never had an update where they try to get you to click through to accept Edge as your default web browser. You never had an update where they... Oh, you mean in Windows? Windows is my secondary operating system. I use Mac OS most of the time, specifically for that. I still have a Windows machine, and you can do lots of great coding in Windows, no problem. But all those updates was just getting on my nerves, so I just use Mac OS. Every browser tries to get you to make it the default browser. That's also true. What's going on here? If I'm not mistaken, TypeScript is supported by Microsoft, and it's a superset of JavaScript. Most frameworks support TypeScript right now. I believe you are correct about that. Yeah, you're right. It's still in the background. Let me turn it down. My apologies. Can you please provide a link to this core article in the comments or the video description, please? Sure, I'll do that. I'll do that afterwards. Quora is weird, where I get an email from them and I say, oh, interesting piece. So I click through, I get to the article, and then when I go to the browser address bar, it's hidden. So they redo some weird things and they hide it for some reason. But I'll see if I can pull it up. Very interesting article. Good. I'm glad you guys liked it. Any advice on starting freelancing? Yes, if you're starting freelancing, the best advice I can give you is to take my freelance course, because there's a lot to describe, a lot to learn. Complete Freelancer and project management, I should add. So check it out. Links below. It's very inexpensive. People love it. Learn all kinds of stuff, all kinds of templates and stuff. Get to see me when I had longer hair. And yeah, it's about a year old, but it's still 100% relevant. WASM is probably like 0.00001% of the web, though. Not much of a contender. No. What do you think in 2021? Go for MERN stack or WordPress? Depends on the type of work you want to do. You know, in terms of freelance, you're going to get a lot more work with WP. Any tips for learning vanilla JavaScript? Having a hard time? Yeah, take my course. Money back guarantee. You don't like it, just get your money back. I go boop. You know, less than 1% will ask for the money back, usually because they're too advanced for it. My courses are famous for being easy. So just go, links below, go to the store, take the JavaScript course. If you don't like it, just say that, no problem. I'll give you your money back. I want you to feel that you got value from the course. If you're having a hard time learning how to code, that's what I'm good for. Check it out, interactive training system. You got to shamelessly self-promote sometimes, my friends. Are you Go on JavaScript on the same level? Are Go and JavaScript on the same level? Not in terms of popularity. JavaScript is one of the king. It's either number 1, number 2 most popular language in the world. Go is like not, I don't think it's in the top 20. It's not a reflection of the Go language. I hear very good things about Go in terms of its implementation, in terms of what it does. It's a good language. Let me just zoom this out a bit. There we go. Yeah, how are we doing here? Oh my God, it's always 42 minutes. Wow. POV, everyone is doing this. That's it. It's good. This is it. I stole this from Star Trek. This is the original Star Trek. This is the Vulcan hand salute, if you don't know. If you can do double barrels like this, it's a true nerd skill. So that's fantastic. So boom. All right. Hey, hello, Devin. How are you? Hit the like button. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go down. People don't like changing stacks. That's true. Most companies still use Java and just refactor their system to the new Java technologies like the Spring environment. Yeah, exactly, Louise. Think about it. If you're a company and if you've invested millions, if not tens of millions of dollars in a Java-based or .NET-based infrastructure, are you going to want to trash the whole thing from scratch if it's pretty much working? No. You're just going to bring in new developers and you're going to keep refining that and trying to work with that. So yes, that's why there are always going to be Java jobs, at least in our lifetimes. There's always going to be C#.NET jobs. The only thing that will change that is if the AI overlords take over. And then we don't do anything, you know. So yeah, Java will never go away because of that. I've never used Shopify, but people talk about the freelance opportunities. What are your thoughts, and what skills do you think are required? Yes, there's a lot of freelance possibilities with Shopify. It's to me tools like Shopify, WordPress, Wix, what else is it? There's other Webflow. They're all tools that professionals can use. A lot of business owners won't want to learn Wix, even though they can put out something basic, but there's a lot more to web design development than just code or being able to use a drag and drop tool, as you know. So they're all tools that you can leverage. So there is opportunity there. I think if you're just using base Shopify, you don't need any coding skills, but I think if you're doing anything web, you should understand the web itself. There's links below. You can check out my books if you're new to code, or check out my Studioweb courses. It's good to understand HTML, CSS, touch of JavaScript. Even if you're not writing a code, by understanding that world, it will make it easy for you to use these tools in a way. Dude, no cap. Your video quality is 900K, 900,000K. Epic 8262 bot creator likes my video quality. Good. Better be. I paid a lot for these cameras. Python libs are free of charge. If not, how to know before installing using pip or by command? I answered that. All right. Greg Dev says, good day, Stef. Just suggesting, how about adding a WordPress group on your Discord server? I do have a WordPress channel. I do have a WordPress channel on the Discord. It should be there. Hit up one of the mods if I don't. Much love from Miami. Hey, smacking the leg. I appreciate it. Miami, good town. I used to spend like a month or more every winter in Miami, right on Ocean Boulevard, right on Ocean. I used to right beside. I actually stayed in a Cordova Hotel, I think it's called, and Miami Sound Machine Hotel there. Hey, Jeff R., how are you? Hello from Brazil. Hello from Brazil. Hola, bololo, haha, bololo, ha 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 ha. I don't know what that means, but it sounds jovial. Hello from Argentina. Is JavaScript the only standard coding software? Vbscript? No. Salt Lake City. Wow. All right. Any other questions? How are we doing here for people? Hi, found your channel a month ago. Very inspired to change my career from investment banking to developer. 40 years old, Atlanta, Georgia. Well, welcome to the channel, Jamrock. Thanks for posting that. Yeah, just jump in, take your time, transition from investment banking into that, so that you keep the funds flowing. But yeah, go for it. Is it worth using Sublime for React.js project from my dump computer? You know, I've never used Sublime in React, but I'm sure it works just fine. Sublime is a pretty good code editor. Arm Twisted Discord join. Yeah, join the Discord, dudes. If you want to keep interacting with the group, we got developers of all levels of skill there. People learning, people know nothing. You can ask questions and get to know each other, so it's good. So is competitive programming a gimmick? I believe it is, personally. I believe you can go out there once you know your basics, the Stef method, which I've been talking about for years now. You learn your fundamentals. You do 1 or 2 free projects for a nonprofit, some local small business that you don't know, but you know, or even online, Upwork. You just want to get your hands dirty with real world code, working with real clients. Once you've done a couple of those, maybe 3 of those little projects, you have something to show, real clients, and then you can go interview for jobs with that, get real paid clients, and then you get paid to learn as you code, right? One of the myths in the YouTube online world with terms of coders, the young new bleeding coders think, is that you have to know everything and be a Superman coder walking in. No, it doesn't work that way. You become a Superman coder as you get paid to learn some more, but you have to learn those fundamentals, those key fundamentals. Cue my my shameless self-promotion. Links below. Check it out. Got my full stack courses. I mention it now because I've had many times people say, "Hey, Stef, I've been watching your YouTubes for months now. Do you have any courses?" I'm like, "What?" So I mentioned it a few times now. And then I get, okay, who gave me a thumbs down? When should use Node.js? When you need to do high speed and synchronous type of stuff. That's pretty much it. If you, in terms of you must use Node. Yeah. Okay, what's going on? Bro, I want to see what his mic it is. Literally godly. This is what is it called? It's the Shure. I just bought this today. The Shure SM7B. The SM7B. It's used all over the place. Hold on a second. I will give you a little mic overview. Give me a second here. Hold on. I'm coming. Very professional stream. Always top of my game here. Let's get this done. I'm helping out. So, let's get back. Sorry. All right, so I'm back. My apologies. So, this is a Shure. This is a very popular mic with podcasters. Good mic. Sounds really good. I just bought it today, so here's the box. So you're interested. There it is. Joe Rogan uses this mic, and amongst 10,000 other people. Now, it's expensive, that one. It's not my most expensive mic, but it's expensive. So I bought this one. I haven't opened it yet. So this is kind of I bought this for traveling. Sounds very similar to this mic here. It's like half the price, but it's cool because it has a USB in. You don't need this big XLR cable, what I have up here. So this is an option as well. If you're getting started, I highly recommend it. It's very cool. Another cool mic I bought. This is the Electro Voice. This is the cheap one. This is the RE320. Yeah, it's the RE320. This sounds really good too. Yeah, I have several other mics. I have the big brother of this, and I have a Neumann mic. That's the king mic. If you got the Neumann, that's the king. It's can't get better than that. But I like this. This works good. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to answer questions. I understand all the basics of JS, variables, arrays, functions, classes, and objects. Oh, so you do. Do you understand, Nicholas, how to operate on the DOM? Do you understand DOM scripting and DOM coding? Check that out. If you don't, my course will be helpful to you. If you do, then I would just jump into maybe learning Vue.js or get into React or something. Hologram. Hologram was, I think, the first audience member to understand the importance of this salute. So, salute to Hologram. What do you suggest typecasting? I'm creating a DOM element in functions and assigning the element to a var in a separate module. Should I cast in the function at var definition or both? I would have to see the code to give you a definitive answer. That being said, I would cast, if you have, well, going to rabbit hole, if you have, assigning a var in a separate module, I would do it in the function. So you're implementing the cast at the time of the functions being fired. So then I would implement it there. If I understand what you're doing, I would have to see code though. Hello, Stef. Can I get a job as HTML, CSS, PHP, SQL database with Linux, Stack, full stack, also WordPress, Google? 100%. That's like the golden money printing stack. That stack there, which you just listed, John Matt, I call that the golden money printing Bitcoin stack. There's a lot of money in that. So yeah, you may want to get my JavaScript course and just jump to the DOM section, maybe review the variables, arrays, functions, etc. Buy it, and you decide if you think it was worth the full value, then you know, but if you think, well, I only got 50% value out of it, just send me an email and say, I only got 50% value, I'll refund part of it. See how flexible I am. Hello, Stef. We wave. All right, cool. So basically, you made a web browser out of PowerPoint. No, I used the web browser technology to create PowerPoints. So it would generate PowerPoint packages, if you will, or slide packs. And then they could save that and email it to people, if I recall. It's been a long time. I'm working for a company while I was in university. Now I finished that they only need me 1 day a week. Well, just look for other jobs. Don't worry about it. Hey, Louise, how are you? Hello from Brazil. This stream is great evening show to watch after dinner. Few hair, but lots of content. Yeah, you haven't seen my legs. I'm thinking about taking time to learn other languages like Rust, Haskell, and getting myself into smart contracts. Or do you think I should just go with the safe option and get another full-time job? It depends what your goals are, man. You know, it depends what your long-term goals are. Yeah. So compensation is not inheritance. I just learned something. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Steph. I've been using JavaScript for almost a year now. Like anything in life, doing too much gets a little boring. Is C# worth for fun? What are some beginner use cases for it? Well, you know, if you're looking for fun, yeah, definitely learn C#. It's a very good language. And I would maybe just get into, like, for fun, I would get into Unity, which is the game. You can develop games with that. How about that? Try that out. I'm not sure how good it is for jobs, but Unity. But C# is great. So, yeah. Yeah, of course. Hey, how are you, Christy? Christy from Hawaii. Welcome to the stream. What is a runtime language? Many runtime language. What is developing JavaScript? Is it open source? I don't know. That's a good question. Is JavaScript open source? I think it is, but you know, I don't know. What are a good resource for learning how to use GitHub? You know what? I couldn't say. Just do some Google searches, maybe some YouTube searches. Yeah. At my work, we recently used Java inheritance, and it works great, but I agree, inheritance should be used for very specific cases when the stars align. Exactly. See, we don't live in a binary world. We don't live in a 0 and 1 world, meaning you can have general rules, like don't use inheritance most of the time, but there are some rare occasions where inheritance could be useful. All right, so I'm going to be winding this up. 1 hour streams. Stef Camp, exactly. You're members of Stef Camp here. Stef Camp gets a thumbs up. Lizard Wizard and Lizard Wizard KOMODO are awesome. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to shamelessly self-promote. So, whoa, let's get this down again. Okay, so yeah, Lizard Wizard, KOMODO. Sign up here, links below. And you can join the source of it all, Lizard Wizard, the course. Here it is. Silly name, but powerful training here. This is going to improve every aspect of your life. Your ability to learn code, your ability to succeed in work, your ability to date. You're going to learn exclusive Lizard Wizard dating techniques, etc., etc. So you can learn all about it. But you're going to have to break the bank, and you're going to have to buy me a couple coffees. There's also the free Lizard Wizard KOMODO. Check out the CODER'S career path. And I got my Code Camp with Stef, the mentoring program. This is basically my boot camp, the most comprehensive offering I have. So if you want to check that out, if you want that type of support, it's there for you. Windows is his Lizard OS. What camera are you using? Looks very sharp. I'm using the C300 Mark III. C300 Mark III from Canon. I think it's in the in my descriptions. Complete freelance course is awesome to most deaf. Very good. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, guys. Thankfully, Stefan records this. I missed 75% of it because people keep asking me questions at work. Laugh aloud. Well, welcome to the stream, Dreadstar. Courses are boring to me. What are my other options? Well, you could be taking boring courses, Joseph. If I don't know what level of skill you have. Again, I am a big proponent. I tell people don't get caught up in tutorial hell constantly doing courses. My course is designed to be fun and quick. So you may want to check that out if you're a beginner. And I want you, and my goal is to get you in the ring writing real code for real people as quickly as possible. And so yeah, there you go. I work with JavaScript daily for work, and I'm so ready to get away from that language. Yeah, it's a weird language, tech with Baku. There's no question about that. What's up, Richard Perez? Coding while listening. Yeah, he's multitasking there. There you go. Yeah, if you're interested in Shopify, Matthew he's one of the mods on the Discord channel, link below. Hit him up. He works with Shopify. He'll give you all the information you need. That's what's cool, right? You can interact with people from the stream on the Discord below. And let's see how many people joined Discord. I'm curious. Since this stream started, go to desktop. Let's go. It would be in the lounge. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we've had all these arrows. Join. Not bad. So maybe 10 people have joined so far. So cool. There you go. That's the Discord. So check it out. Get some Shopify info. Yeah, Sublime's cool. Hey, SJ, welcome to the stream. Yes, there is a WordPress. Yeah, there is a WordPress channel, of course, on the Discord. All right, I'll answer a few more questions. I got to go. It's over an hour now. Sure is good, Brand. Okay, Tesseros just joined the Discord. Thanks for joining, dude. Hello from Bolivia. What other questions do we have? All right, more people joined. A whole bunch of people joined. Very cool. Very good. Yeah. Any other questions while you have me? Hi, Stefan. What do you think of micromanagers or psychopaths? Yeah. Micromanagers, yeesh. That's very difficult to deal with those type of people. Smart managers hire smart people and let the smart people do their jobs. That's what smart managers do. Yeah, welcome everybody to the Discord channel. We got our mods in there. That guy Jamal is right on top of it, amongst others. So very cool. Yes, we are still live. Welcome to the channel. All right. I love doing these lives, but I'm on for an hour now. All right. Satera, hey, there we go. You changed mic. Yeah, I use this mic today. I just felt like I like it. It's not too big, and it's got a pretty good sound. It's got good rejection, so if I fall away, hey, here we go. All right. Double guns. Should I become a Bitcoin developer at Stefan Mischuk? Well, check around, see what the job opportunities are like first, and then play around with it, see what goes on. And yeah. All right. So sorry I'm late from New Jersey. We'll have to catch a replay. No worries, man. Have a good night, all. Yeah, good night, Matthew. How was your day today? What's your average day like? My average day changes. It's totally crazy. It's all over the place, depending on what I do. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, and so I have Studioweb, my SaaS app, which schools use. So during the school year, I'm busy with that. It's winding down now because school is all closing off. I'm doing a big reno in my kitchen. And I've been just dealing with that, working with trying to decide on surfaces. So I got a sample of this piece of marble here. This is quite nice. So this is how thick my counter is going to be. So I think that's going to be cool. And working on new cupboards, and that takes a lot of work. Next time I buy a place, I'm going to make sure the kitchen is already fixed. I don't want to fix kitchens anymore. What application should you be creating as an intermediate Python programmer? You create the application people are willing to pay you to create, man. Just giving the salute. Hello, welcome. Live long and prosper. Code long and profitably. That's what we're going to say from now on. The original one was live long and prosper. I think we're going to say code long and profitably. There we go. Let's go on. Exactly. I'm the Dogecoin. I put my entire net worth into Dogecoin in January. And that's it. I'm done with streaming. I'm going to go live on an island for 10,000 years. No, I had to put no money in Dogecoin. Damn, that's a fixed slab of marble. Yeah, it's pretty... you want to be able to do some damage with this thing. Here's the other piece. Hold on. Yeah, this sample here is nicer, actually. It's going to be good. If you're interested, this is what it is. The super white. Come on. That's it. So yeah, you can, you hit somebody with this, they're not getting back up. It's very important. When I chose my barbel, I wanted to have, I wanted to be sure it did +5 damage against zombies. +5 damage against zombies. That was my request when I went into the marble shop. If you know what that joke is reference to, then you are a nerd, sir. I know a few languages, then React, Next, JS, Docker, Kubernetes. Not saying I'm very good at all those, but do you think I should start looking for a job? Yeah, well, there is a video on YouTube. You see me with a big 7. The 7 steps to becoming a professional developer. You should go watch that video. That will answer your question thoroughly. That marble is as thick as my booty. I'm picking my modules, not sure whether to do CS degree or CS and AI degree. What best advice could you give me? I don't know. I don't know if you could dabble around. I like AI. AI has got a lot of future potential, so maybe throw in some AI in there, you know. So that could be it. You throw that slab of marble at someone and they will never code again. Yeah, well, I have it ready for any Ruby developers if they come to my place. Ruby developers, beware. I got some Calicut super white quartzite marble coming in for you. So be careful. I once had a mishap on a marble countertop. As you know, JavaScript is not the only client side. There we go. Trying to learn design patterns. Any advice? Learn them as you build little things. I would get a book. There's a book in the description, a design patterns book that is pretty good, I think. So check that out. And just do one at a time. Start with the simple ones. One does not just buy anything in +5. That's a good point. That's a good point, Dave. You know your lore. You have to go to the temple of elemental evil to get anything +5. Can't just buy it. It's a good point. All right. Dungeons and Dragons reference jokes there. Okay, so how are we doing? All right, so that's good. Over an hour. +10 strength against Ruby. RPG joke. There we go. Yeah. Last question. Why do people avoid Vbscript or Visual Basic in general? I just hear these things. I don't know, whatever. VB is still widely used. I've seen stats where VB is still one of the most used languages because of all the Microsoft Office usage. So yeah, Yeah. Now, that's one of the things. Whenever I buy anything, whether it be my slabs or marbles or my microphones, they have to have some damaging capabilities as well. So it's very important when you buy stuff. You know? All right. Just joking. I'm not advocating violence. Just joking. All right. That's about it. Any other last minute questions? And I'll let you guys go. Thanks for joining the stream. If you like the stream, please give me the thumbs up. It's good. And tell your friends. There was a worse reference in there, but no need to call that one out. All right, we'll start. This is the last one. I told a Java developer on Twitch that I can write less lines of code in PHP to send a form than in Java, and he said, "Is true? Is it?" 100%. Yeah, Java has a lot of good things about it, but it's very, it's kryptonite. It's Achilles' heel. Its major weakness is that Java is extremely verbose, meaning you have to write a lot of code to get anything. One of the advantages of languages like Python and JavaScript and PHP is that it takes relatively small amounts of code to get something done. And because hardware, whether it be your computers or servers or your smartphones, they're so powerful these days that the speed advantage in languages like JavaScript, like Java, and C# are becoming less and less important, if at all important. So even with Python, which is not a very fast language at runtime, people still use it quite a bit because it just is very productive at write time. And one of my rules, one of Stef's rules, is that write time speed is faster than runtime speed when choosing programming languages. Write time speed is more important than runtime speed. Very important. All right, that's it. I think we are good. So, hey, Stef, I want to begin freelancing as a Shopify developer. Any tips? Join the Discord, Devante. I hope I said that right, or Devant. There's a guy, Matthew, one of the moderators. He's got experience as a freelancer and Shopify developer. Check that out, and you can ask him a bunch of questions there. So join the Discord below and just hit up Matthew. Where's Matthew? This guy here, Matthew Smith. Is he online? Yeah, he's Matthew 619. Matthew 619 on Discord. He's one of the moderators, and so he knows all about that kind of stuff. All right, have a good one, everybody. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for the thumbs, and thanks for the super chats, by the way. I appreciate it. That's it. I'll leave you with my ASMR boat. So if you need to chill out and relax, this video I shot is from Maine, northern state in the USA. One of the nicest places to visit in the summertime. Thanks. Good evening, Stef. Until next stream. Cheers. Cheers, guys. Thanks for joining. Yeah. See you next time.